Mailmage is a feature that is usually employed in a word processing document which contains fixed text and variables. Usually, mailmage consists of combining mail and letters and pre-addressed letters or mailing labels for mass mailings from a form letter. So I'll give an example of how this can be accomplished. So for example, you've been given a question on the mailmage, you always see a letter and a table which has a list of names, maybe the addresses, just what we are calling the database, whatever is in a table. And then you also see a letter, two things there. So even without being told, if you've been told to use mailmage to be able to send letters to these people, you automatically first of all need to create a folder. So like you can see here, I have a folder called mailmage. Just like the word says, it's merging. You're supposed to merge two things basically. Then when you open this folder, you find there's a letter and a table. So I pre-typed this to save on time. So the file which has a table like this is the one I'm calling a table. That's my database where the details are. And then you type, you save, and then you have to type a second file which I'm calling letter. So it has the actual letter now which is supposed to be merged to that database and to be sent. So as you can see, the letter and how it reads. So there's an address there, and then this is the letter which reads, dear name, we would like to inform you that as at 31st July 2024 your bill was that. Please settle the bill to avoid disconnection of your service. Thank you for your cooperation. So if you've observed something on this letter, here where there's address, there's the word address with those symbols. Dear name, it's covered with those symbols. And inside the letter here on amount, you have those symbols. So those are what we call placeholders. So once you see these placeholders, we're going to work on that. So when you've typed the letter, you have typed the table, you've saved it, close the file for table, remain with the letter. The merging is done from the letter. That's very important to remember. So when you've typed your letter and it's ready like what you're seeing before you, we now start the process of mailmage. When you go on your ribbon, you look at this menu here from File Home. The menu we're going to work with, it's mailings there. So you click on mailings. That's the first step. Once you click on mailings, you'll be able to see these options here. So you go straight to select recipient. Okay, you do not go on start mailmage. No, you say select recipient. You have type a new list, use an existing list. We already have a list, that table which we saved on the desktop in the folder. So I'll go on use an existing list. It will take you to this window. Now remember, our folder is on the desktop. So on your left here, we click desktop. You will see the folder which I already made called mailmage. I will click on it and open it from there. I'll be able to see these two files, the letter which I'm working with right now and the table. So we are merging the letter to the table. So you're going to click on table and then you click open. Automatically it has merged. How do you prove that it has merged? This part here, first of all, it's active. So you go to insert merge field. When you click there, you'll be able to see the fields: name, address, and amount. These are the fields that we have on our table or database. So meaning it has really merged. The letter has been merged to the table. Now to finish the process, you come here on placeholders. So you highlight this part, address, together with those symbols protecting it. I said this is a placeholder. You match it. You come here on insert merge field. It will give you this a list. So address, we click on address. So we match address to address. As you can see, when it changes the order, you just press enter, it will go to the other line. So you can see the placeholder on address and the placeholder for name. There's a difference. So these two my symbols have changed because I have now matched the fields, replacing the placeholder with the actual real placeholders. So dear name is a placeholder. I will match it with the field for name. So basically what I'm telling the computer is it should fetch from the table. Another placeholder, which is the last one, amount, I'll equally match it with amount, just like that. So when this is done, I'm going to go straight to preview result. You click on preview results, you can see what's happening here. I have 45 Kuru Road dollar, dear Mlenga, and the amount of money Mlenga needs to pay, that's 8,000 over there. So I can click the next record there. It will bring me to the second person, that's Joseph, his address and the amount of money he's supposed to pay. Next brings me Charles. If I click next, it will bring me Mary. Again, next will bring me the last person, that's George, because on my table I only have 5 people, so that's George there. So I can actually go back up to the first person. So this is me proving that I have really merged. So once I do this, then my job is done. So if I deactivate preview results, it goes back to the original view. If I click preview result, it shows me the names and I'm able to see all of these. So meaning that the merging has been done. Just like this is how you do mail merge. Unless, I emphasize, unless you've been told to finish or show all the letters at once, that's when you use this option, finish and merge. So we say edit individual documents, it will ask you there. So we say oh, say okay, like this. So if I start scrolling down, the first letter for Mlenga, followed by Charles, okay, there's John, Mlenga. Let me just scroll slowly. Followed by Joseph, Charles, and the last person, Mary. So this one will show all of them at once. Let me try to see if I can have them at once. Okay, yeah. So this is when you finish and merge. Now note that this part, when I close it, okay, when I close it, this is where the letters are. If I scroll down there a lot, it has a name, it will have a new name there, letter 1. If I close it, it will ask me, do I want to save? So I'll say don't save. The original letter will remain in the background, which is this one that we were doing the preview. You can click next and next back and click on preview results to go back to normal. So you only merge once. If you try to merge again, it will bring you errors. You only merge once and that's it. This is the only way you can prove that you have merged, and then you can close your files and submit your work here. You save and submit your work. Yeah, that's how you do mail merge.